Hello everyone, how are you? Dollar currency 21 is here again. In previous session we talked about Ichimoku and Kijun-sen, and today we want to talk about Tenkan-sen and maybe Senku span A and B and Chikou span and the rest of the Ichimoku concept. Okay, this is our Twitter account. Go and follow us, Dollar Currency 21, and you can find a lot of educational content in our account. Let's do it. So this is the Bitcoin chart, and as you can see, this is the Kijun-sen, and we said that the Kijun-sen line acts as a support or resistance. It's a strong, it's a slow, and if it's be below the current price, it acts as a support. If it's be above the current price, it acts as a resistance. So I'm going to the settings and I'm uncheck the Kijun-sen or baseline, and I'm gonna show the Tenkan-sen or conversion line. Okay, here. So I'm clicking on this, and you will see the Tenkan-sen. Okay. So the Tenkan-sen, I'm gonna write it for you here. Tenkan-sen act as support or resistance. Also, it's a weak support or resistance compared to the Kijun-sen. It's fast and it's more sensitive. Okay, so if you compare it to the Kijun-sen, it's faster, it's more sensitive, it's weaker compared to the Kijun-sen, and also act as a support or resistance. So basically, if price be above the Tenkan-sen, we are bullish, and if price is below the Tenkan-sen, we are bearish. As you can see, last night we came down here to the Tenkan-sen. We touched it perfectly. The Tenkan-sen acted as a support, and we bounced to the upside. Here, as you can see, Tenkan-sen acted as a support. We touched it, we bounced to the upside. Yeah. So basically, Tenkan-sen acts as a support, but it's not very strong compared to the Kijun-sen. Here we broke it and we bounced the upside. Here for a couple of days we remains at the same level of the Tenkan-sen, and finally we broke it to the downside. The moment that you break it to the upside, you can say that you are bullish again. Here, for example, we broke the Tenkan-sen to the upside here, and for the whole period of this time here, Tenkan-sen acted as a support. So during this time, Tenkan-sen was our support. Okay. Usually we use Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen together. So I'm gonna add Kijun-sen or baseline to the chart, and we want to see how we can analyze the chart based on these two indicators. Okay. Whenever you have a cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, that will be a sign for you to be bullish or bearish. For example, look here, Tenkan-sen broke the Kijun-sen to the upside. Let me jump into the logarithmic scale for better visual. Okay, as you can see in this area, Tenkan-sen broke the Kijun-sen to the upside. So for us, this could represent a bullish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Yeah? When you see a bullish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, you want to be bullish. Okay? That's not a sign to buy, but that's a very strong sign to be bullish. We need several signs to open a long position. Okay? One of those signs is a bullish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Okay? So the bullish cross happened here. So at the next candle here, if you open the long position, for example, yeah, I'm not going to tell you to buy just based on this sign, but if you open the long position just based on this indicator, okay, you can hold it until here, which is a bearish cross happened. Okay, so let me move this to here. This is a bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen happened here. Okay, this is a bearish cross. Bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Okay, so just based on these simple signal, you can make 360% profit just based on this simple indicator. Okay, what happens if the bearish cross appears on the chart? Okay, that shows you the first signs to be bearish. Okay, so when you see a bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, like this one here, Tenkan-sen broke the Kijun-sen to the downside, you want to sell your position. If you are already in a long position, you want to take profit heavily here. Or if you don't open the long position, this is the time to consider to open a short position here. Okay, so if you open the short position here, the close of this candle, you can hold it until here, which is a 33%. Okay, why? Because the next bullish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen happened here. Okay, for example, here we have another bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen here. Okay, so this is a bearish phase until you see a bullish cross again here. Okay, or for example, this is another one, bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen, and in the whole phase here you can be bearish until the bullish cross appears here. Okay, or for example, here look, here we have a bullish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. Tenkan-sen broke the Kijun-sen to the upside, so you want to be in a bullish side in this section here at approximately $17,000. You want to buy and you want to hold it. We didn't had a bearish cross during this recent move in the Bitcoin. Okay, but to be fair, here is the time for you to take profit. Okay, or we have several strategies based on the Ichimoku, but to be fair, you want to take profit here or here. Okay, so these are the exit point for you. But as a matter of fact, if you wanted to hold your position until bearish cross happen, it didn't happen during this bull run. Okay, so let's jump into the next line. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the settings and I'm gonna uncheck these two lines and I'm gonna add the leading spanner A or Senko spanner A. Okay, we have leading spanner A and we have leading spanner B. Okay, we want to talk about these one by one. So I'm gonna first talk about leading spanner B here. I'm gonna increase the thicknesses. Okay, so what is the leading spanner B or Senko spanner B? Let me write it for you here. Senko spanner B or leading spanner B. It's act as a support or resistance. It's a strong, it's a slow. Okay, so whenever price break the leading spanner B to the downside, that's the time for you to be bearish. Here you want to be bearish. Look, if you knew that, it's a time to sell. If you break the Senko spanner B to the downside, it's a time to sell. If you knew that, the $47,000 was your exit point. $48,000 was your exit point. Why? Because we closed below Senko spanner B. Okay, and also you can prepare yourself for a short position until here, which we broke the Senko span B to the upside again, which was 55% profit just based on this indicator. Okay, so whenever we broke it to the downside, you want to be bearish, and whenever we broke it to the upside, for example, like this area here, okay, we broke the Senko span B to the upside, you want to be bullish in this area. Okay, look here at this candle, you want to open a long position based on this indicator, and you want to hold it until you see a close candle below Senko span B, which will be approximately here. If you're zooming out here, this is the close of the candle below Senko span B. Here, this is your warning sign for a turn from bullish to bearish. Okay, so just based on this indicator, 470% profit just based on this indicator. Okay, so above the Senko span B, you want to be bullish, and below the Senko span B, you want to be bearish. Okay, simple. Here, price is above the Senko span B, you want to be bullish. Here, in this area, price is below the Senko span B, you want to be bearish. Here is the bullish phase, and here, look, this entire move here, you want to be bearish. Why? Because price is below the Senko span B. Right now, price is above the Senko span B. Look how beautifully, look. This is really beautiful sign. Here, we broke the Senko span B to the upside. You want to be bullish. We had a correction. We tested the Senko span B. It acted as a support. We bounced to the upside. Okay, so it acts as a beautiful and a strong support during this previous uptrend for Bitcoin. Okay, so if you knew that, around here you can even open a long position and put your stop loss below it. Okay, so Senko span B is very strong support or resistance. Currently we are at the $23,000. Okay, and if price broke it to the downside, here is the time for you to be bearish. We will enter in a bearish phase again. Okay, so $23,600 based on the Senko span B is our level to be bearish. Okay, as long as we remain above this level, we will be bullish. Okay, and note that Senko span B plotted 30 candles ahead. Okay, look, this is the current price. Okay, this is the current price, and if you measure this candle to here, you will see 29 days. Why we are in a daily time frame, and each candle represents a day. So, and note that trading view doesn't count the first candle. So this is a 30 candle. Okay, the Senko span B plotted 30 candle ahead of the current price. Okay, why 30 candle? Because if we go into the inputs, you will see these number here. Okay, 30 candle. It actually it calculated based on the previous data, but predict the future movement of the price. Okay, so as long as is below the current price, act as a support. Okay, I'm gonna go and turn off the leading span B and turn on the leading span A. And let me increase the thicknesses here for better visual. What is the leading span A? It's exactly similar to leading span B. So this is Senko span A or leading span A, act as a support or resistance. It's fast, it's more sensitive, and it's weaker compared to the Senko span B. Okay, if price broke the Senko span B to the upside, we want to be bullish like this area. Okay, we broke the Senko span A, we are bullish. okay? And if we broke it to the downside, we want to be bearish. Here, we broke the Senko spanner A to the upside, we are bullish, okay? We came here, this was the fake out, and we bounce to the upside again. Or for example, here, during this bear market, around $55,000, we broke the Senko spanner A to the downside. Let me turn off the logarithmic scale, okay? Here, let me zoom in for you. Here, the first candle closed below Senko spanner A was around $53,000. So at this point, you want to be bearish. We broke it to the downside and we came back and tested again. Okay, here. We broke it to the downside. We came back, we tested that Senko spanner A, okay, and we couldn't hold that level and we rejected massively to the downside. So this is the first sign for you to be bearish and sell your positions, okay? Here is another example. We broke the Senko spanner A for the second time to the downside here. You want to be bearish. You see a massive sell-off and around $39,000 or $40,000 was your second signal to sell your positions and be bearish, okay? Here in the recent movement, price closed above the Senko spanner A here at the $18,000, okay? We closed above it, so this is the time to be bullish and considering the long position. Usually we use Senko spanner A and B together. So I'm gonna add Senko spanner B also. And look, this is exactly similar to Senko spanner B. These two plotted 30 candle ahead of the current price. They are calculating based on the previous data, but plotted 30 candles ahead of the current price. And they are predicting the future movement of the price, okay? So you remember we talked about the bullish and bearish cross between Tenkan-sen and Kijun-sen. This is a bullish cross between Senko spanner A and Senko spanner B. Bullish cross between Senko spanner A and Senko spanner B. Okay, and look, where is the next bearish cross? This is the bearish cross happened between these two. Here. Don't buy or sell just based on these bullish and bearish crosses, but these indicators together tell you whether you want to be bullish or bearish. During this phase, you had a bullish cross, you had a bearish cross, you have to be bullish during this phase. This represents a bull market in a daily time frame, okay? Here, it was a completely sideways market. Now we know that this was a sideways market, and look, here was another bearish cross. This was another bearish cross between Senko spanner A and B. Happened around $47,000, okay? And look, we had some choppy movement here, to be honest, okay? Here's a choppy movement here. But look, the next bullish cross happened here. Bullish cross between Senko spanner A and B happened here. And yeah, this could be the beginning of a bull market. No one knows. Based on the chart and based on the indicators, This is a very strong bullish cross which happened between Senko span A and Senko span B. As long as price remains above these two lines, you have to be bullish. You have no choice but to be bullish. Okay? So, based on these indicators, we remain bullish until we see a bearish cross between Senko span A and Senko span B. This is the Senko span A. Senko span A act as a support or resistance. Right now is our support. Why? Because it's below the current price. This is the Senko span B. Also act as a support or resistance. Currently it's our support. Why? Because it's below the current price. So both of these two lines right now acting as a support, and both of them are strong support. Note that the Senko span A is weaker compared to the Senko span B, but both of them you can consider them as a decent support or resistances level. Okay, look how beautifully price broke the Senko span A but bounced at the Senko span B to the upside, and shows you that Senko span A is weaker compared to the Senko span B. Okay, so the area between these two lines is Kumo cloud. If the Senko span A is above the Senko span B, this area will be green and we have to be bullish. If the Senko span A is below the Senko span B, this area will be red and we have to be bearish. Okay, so obviously this is a Senko span A and this is a Senko span B. Okay, so here you will see a red cloud, but here you will see a green cloud. Let me go to the chart and I'm gonna add these cloud here. Look, here you have a red cloud, but here you have a green cloud. Okay, green cloud means we are bullish, red cloud means we are bearish. Okay, we will talk about this cloud in next session. See you guys later. Bye.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette.